Every month here in this church we have a monthly theme. And the monthly theme this month deals with the various aspects and components of sacrifice. We're here, I'm here, because of the sacrifices of those that preceded me. I am grateful for the sacrifice of the generations that came before me. I'm grateful growing up in Union cities of Gary, Indiana and Detroit, Michigan, for how not only the Dr. Kings of sacred memory, but the Jim Lawsons of today, Maria Elena Durazos, and many of you assembled here today, continue to forge ahead, making sacrifices so that men and women who are willing to work hard, work to support their families, can do so with honor and dignity. Dr. King, in 1968, in the early part of that year, went to Memphis. And of course, it was in Memphis that he was assassinated. But he made several trips there on behalf of sanitation workers. Many of them African American who were not paid the same white wages as their white counterparts. And if they stayed home because of severe weather, thunderstorms, snowstorms, what have you, they would not be paid. And so he was engaged in galvanizing an army of poor people, of working people, so that the American dream could be realized by all people. And so today we find ourselves still in a class war, where warfare has been declared on working class America of all races. When we see those who bear the burden in the heat of the day, those that put their lives on the line, those who cleaned up after 9/11, those who want health care for their families, those who want the basic necessities of life provided for themselves. When we think of all the money we have, of a wealthy nation, when we think of how Wall Street has been bailed out, when we think of financial institutions receiving bailout money, and yet Main Street has been deprived, we know we can do better. We are not going to sit down and take it while those who do not have any sensitivity try to play on our fears, our phobias, our prejudices, and try to divide us. If we stay united, men and women, black and white, Asian and Hispanic, appreciating the sacrifices that were made on our behalf and are willing to engage in every meaningful way, from assemblies like this, where we are in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Wisconsin and Ohio, to intelligently exercising our privilege and hard-earned right to vote into office, people who care about people. We will be victorious. We're going to have to be vigilant because there are many corporate entities that are raising money and using money to try to defeat the cause of labor, to break and bust unions, and to depress us. We shall not be moved. We will not be defeated. It took a fire in the 20s in New York City when the women making dresses and garments could not exercise their rights. They had a strike, and the city police beat them down. It took a fire where 90 people plunged to their death to allow America to wake up to the horrid and horrible working conditions. Beloved, we've come a long way, but we have a long way to go. There is class warfare that has been declared in America. We didn't start the fight, but we are engaged in the fight, and we will together be victorious.